You are listening to Viewpoints from PlaceCloud. Cultural researchers tell stories of places from around the world. For the full multimedia experience and to support the creators you enjoy, visit placecloud.io.
John Scurr House was built by Stepney Metropolitan Borough Council and opened in July 1937. It takes its name from the popular Labour councillor imprisoned for his part in the famous 1921 Rates Revolt and former Mile End MP who had died in 1932. Labour had come to power in the borough in 1919, but it was soon critical of the slow pace of building the Homes for Heroes promised by Lloyd George in the 1919 Housing Act. Clement Attlee was the mayor of the borough, his first public office, and he wrote to the Times in 1920 to complain, but the official response was that Stepney should make best use of the London County Council's out-of-county estates at the edge of the city. The borough replied that local dockers needed to be near their place of work and the borough's Jewish population near synagogues and kosher markets. The problem was that there were just 4 acres of undeveloped land in Stepney, and this in scattered pockets, and the Labour Party was opposed to multi-storey tenement blocks, which they invariably described as barracks-like. Labour lost power in 1922, but the new ratepayer-controlled council's plans to build an innovative model scheme of multi-storey tenements was scrapped by the party, and it took office again in 1925. However, harsh reality won out, and the new Labour council did build its own model scheme. Riverside Mansions, about a kilometre to the southwest in Wapping, included lifts, club rooms, laundries and drying areas, as well as an on-site shop, maternity and child welfare centre, and gymnasium. In the pendulum swings of local politics, Labour lost power again in 1931, and it was a Conservative-controlled council that commissioned one of the leading architectural partnerships of the day, SD Adshead and Stanley Ramsey, to draw up plans for another showpiece project. The 10 stories proposed were reduced to 6, but this scheme, with Labour back in power, became John Scurr House. In bare terms, it was an estate of 119 1- to 4-bedroom flats in 2 separate blocks, but it was the estate's facilities and the clean, modernistic lines of its steel frame construction that won it praise. It became the first municipal development to be accepted for the annual exhibition of the Royal Academy. Whitechapel's Labour MP, J.H. Hall, declared at the ceremonial opening of John Scurr House that slums and overcrowding were tragedies, and the greatness of the country lay in the houses of the people. It was sad to think that many people in Stepney had places not fit to be called houses. It's ironic, then, that by the 1960s, the estate itself had come to be seen as old-fashioned, even a slum, and it became a dumping ground for those with least choice and most need. The Commission for Racial Equality found that, quote, the Tower Hamlets Housing Department over a period of 10 years had systemically allocated Asian applicants to poorer quality housing, specifically John Scurr House, where 49% of the estate population were Bangladeshi, compared to 9% in the borough, end quote. By 1982, the council was planning to demolish the blocks as part of a road widening scheme. They survived, but 3 years later, they were transferred to local housing associations to house the homeless. They were rescued in 1996 when they benefited from a £3.8 million regeneration scheme. An eyesore estate branded unfit for humans is to get a new lease of life, according to one local headline. The scheme, by archetype, provided a new roof and windows, new kitchens and bathrooms, modernised heating systems, insulation and ventilation, and a new entrance with concierge services. The southern block was demolished and replaced by 6 houses and 6 flats. The white and pastel industrial appearance of the refurbished block's facade, managed by Tower Hamlets Community Housing, might be criticised by architectural purists for lacking the strong lines and honesty of the original modernist design, but it remains a striking presence in the local streetscape.